So there is another thing I want to talk about. All right, guys. So today I'm going to be talking about what's going on in my YouTube, this thing. New things in YouTube journey of starting a new channel. New things keep coming. And I'm kind of losing track of what all like important initiatives that I have kind of come across or that I've outlined in the last, let's say, 10 days. I don't remember all those. There were 25 points, 25 things that was supposed to do. For example, today a new venture, new way of doing things came. One new way, buying a new YouTube channel. Did you ever think about this? I'm watching so many channels. I'm watching this guy, YouTube creators, blogs and everything. He's never mentioned that you can buy a running channel. He's not mentioning that because his entire audience is the one which starts a new channel. He never introduces this interesting tip to them because he knows that he'll lose all those subscribers. He'll lose all those audience. It's interesting how people work. Second very interesting point that I came across today. See, when there is a buzz, for example, India won a gold medal today. You create a buzz around it and you do live streaming. And then you talk about something, and then what you do is you'll gain a lot of subscribers very fast. And then you can use that to kind of push your content. It's interesting. Never thought of that. Third one, I missed a really basic thing. AdSense. I didn't know what that is. Today, the first time I was introduced to that, I came to know that YouTube channel monetization is integral and AdSense go side by side. AdSense is an integral part of YouTube monetization thing. I didn't know that. See, there are just so many things. How much can you get into? And a very big news, number 4. So basically my wife has decided to kind of not participate in the discussions related to YouTube channel. And I'll tell you what this means. See, typically in our household, we run a business house, right? So what we believe that I can easily see 3 levels. One is strategy and business models, which basically come together. So strategy and business model, they come together. We think of all those things. Even within business model, there is another strategy like related to that business model. Then all this comes together. So all this is kind of what typically I do. Then after we have the business models and we have the remedies for all the risks, we think in terms of processes. And then processes are essentially made of tasks. So what we do is we basically assign the processes to someone and they will take care of tasks either by themselves or by their assistants. That's how we work, right? Certain processes are handled by my wife, and in certain cases, some processes are even handled by me. That is rare, but that's also there. I basically talk to clients a lot because of that. So that's basically a process. I talk to them, and that's kind of part of those things. And that's a task that I have to do also. So there's a process around it. There's a task. So I do certain things, but then that is what I do. Wife handles typically the payments and all those things side. Those processes are under her. But almost entire strategy and business model development is something that comes out of discussions with my wife. Within that also we think of 3 things. Actually, let me not put a number on this. Let me go over one by one. First one is we think of those things that, like, let's say there is 100% of the whole business, then almost 80 to 85% is something that we know very well, and that is already delegated in terms of processes are defined, and that's already given to our team. Second one is things that we think it is delegable. We know it's delegable, but then we don't bother because it's a one-off thing. It happens once in a while, and then it may not be worth everybody's time to kind of tell them, and then they may not remember to do it. So that is also there. There are a lot of such stuff which I call as exception flows. There are many exception which they can handle, but let's say exception number 25th. Like really they can handle 24 or so exceptions to any process, but then there are some small exceptions that they cannot handle, and those are handled by me typically or my wife. So process wise, remember the process and task, so everything related to payments come under my wife and she does it. But basically I'm talking about these other, even within all the regular departments, sales, recruitment and all that, we still have to do a number of things. Okay, we still have to do a number of things. And then there are certain things which can be delegated, but we don't delegate because those are kind of critical, or they're kind of related to security, or they're related to like something. I would let's say they can be delegated functionally, but then that's not a great idea to delegate all certain things. So that is like, one example is like maybe I don't know, like management of our AT&T account. I don't know what all is there, but basically there's so many things. But very importantly, these are the things we know and we have delegated, or we can delegate. There are certain things which are not possible to delegate, like which have to be done here, like client calls. That's not possible to delegate that. There are so many things which are not easily delegable, like they cannot be delegated at all kind of scenario. And we know those really well. These are within the know, there are things which are delegable, things which are not delegable. Okay. Then things, now comes very interesting thing. Things that we ourselves do not know. For which we do not have, which are new things to us. We're going to call it gray areas. There are just so many gray areas within our business. How can you expect to run a gas station, guys, without knowing all these things? There are gray areas, and those gray areas is where the profit lies. If you do not focus on that gray area, you cannot make anything. So anyway, coming to our discussion, so there are gray areas, and my wife and I have to constantly discuss those things to really conquer these gray areas. We wash these gray areas and come out with the white unknown. From unknown, we bring it to the known lands. From gray, we make it to white, and which is now discussable, and now it has processable, and then we can think whether what we can delegate and what we cannot delegate. But at least it comes in the known world zone, known zone. But as long as it stays in the unknown zone, it's a very uncomfortable feeling, and that is exactly what the reason behind my anxiety and stress is. There are just so many unknowns. There are so many unknowns in any business, and in our business there are just so many unknowns, especially in the business models that we have. So those are, they constantly keep on evolving. It's not like there are certain standard processes and procedures written all over the internet regarding those gray areas. That's where the issue lies, and that's my biggest issue. Those are the things, and remember discussing things. Now my wife has refused to discuss. We have decided, actually even I was okay with that, quite frankly. She was having certain qualms, and then I myself articulated and told it to her, and then told her that if this is what you're trying to say, then I'm okay with this. And we all agreed that she will not try to help me conquer these gray areas, discuss these out, and bring them to the known world. She will not help me in that. Regarding the YouTube channel and the entire social media thing I'm doing, till the time I didn't talk to her, but it makes a lot of sense that till the time we can make at least, if not more, $6,000-7,000 a month. If she sees it as a substantial income, which is commensurating with, which is pretty much equivalent to what we make in other business models, then we should be fine. So she is kind of very clear on that, and we decided that because processes, she will help me in processes, she'll help me in tasks. Like for example, I want to set up the photography kit. She will help me do that. I got a new photographer. Remember, I got a few new cameras. I really got a very good camera. I haven't started using it. So she'll help me set those things up. Don't get me wrong, but those are tasks. She will come in. She'll say what needs to be done, and then she will start and stop. Okay. Now, where does the task come from? From strategy, business models, and all that, right? From the process. Where does the process come from? Strategy, business models, and all that. There is a business model at the top, right? From which the processes have come. So I can see these three levels easily. I'm not sure whether you can, but I can see these three levels of any business enterprise really easily. So strategy, business models, and all that come in the top bucket, and within there are a lot of gray areas, and those gray areas is which she will not discuss. She will not discuss the white areas as well, because there is no way to know. She will not have any strategy discussions basically. She will discuss only the processes, and she will discuss how to lay out the processes is a gray area. So she will not discuss that. If the process is laid out, she will follow it for me. I can ask her to make payments. I can ask her to, every time handle payments. She will handle that. She will handle it like the entire department, we can say, the whole department. But she will do all the tasks related to it. But she will not participate in that strategy discussion. That takes up a lot of time, of our time, premium time that we can spend with our kids in a friendly fashion. And That is the reason which causes a lot of anxiety and stress on my in my life. That causes a lot of problems. Yesterday, one guy wanted to know, he wanted his salary to be increased. A very gray, it's an exception flow to the happy path, but my team can handle that. They are empowered and they are equipped with the knowledge and capability to do that. They have proper training, 2 years of experience, but it was still another 25th exception flow. His whole way of conveying things was totally different. See, these are the things. They seem similar. Person is asking for a raise, but that was not same. And then this had to be handled by me. And and it was all part of the gray. I didn't even know how to handle that. So this is all gray area. So this, we call it our work, like KPK discussions, right? So my wife will have these discussions with me, but because those are part of my main business, but regarding YouTube channel, she will not have any of these things with me. So this is a very big thing as far as YouTube channel is concerned. Another thing is quickly, remember we said we were buying a new YouTube channel. She told me very clearly, till the time the entire money is recovered, she won't consider that as a profit. But yeah, after the money is recovered, all that is profit. That's not so bad an idea. And certain channels are available for $3,000 also. I might want to buy one of those. I've already spent much more than that, so I don't know why I didn't do that earlier, because I didn't know from watching the YouTube channel. Here is the thing, tip for the day. You guys should think in terms of buying a YouTube channel also. Now that I've told you, go Google, do everything. You'll figure it out. It's not a big deal. Then you will have a very important part of your strategy, and you can figure it out. But anyway, talking about my news about how this channel has evolved, as you can see, there are so many things which keep coming. Yesterday, I fixed the passwords of so many this thing, and I lost handles of some of my properties. I want to go into that, how it happened. It spent 4 hours fixing that, and it still doesn't work. This morning, my wife didn't have the time for a task. To fix those is a task. My wife didn't have the time for that. But tomorrow, she's promised that she'll sit with me and spend 2 hours. I told her it'll take only 1 hour. Why are you worried? She said, nothing with you takes 1 hour, because the processes are never laid out properly, and it will take at least 3-4 hours. But she wanna do it. She will do it with me only tomorrow. All right, guys. Thanks all for now. This is the news I have. Thank you.